Listen, he is an absolute all-time great. There's no question his contributions and influence are up there.
Wait, you think you know where he's going, Laura?
Particularly contributions and influence, super up there.
Oh, boy.
But the actual words, Lil Wayne is the greatest rapper alive, is the greatest lie ever told in hip-hop. It's never been true. He's never been the greatest. He never will be the greatest.
Well, alive.
Guys,
wild. No, he will never.
That's a wild thing.
He will never be the actual GOAT, and to say it is actually ridiculous and embarrassing to yourself.
So wait, Rosenberg, are you okay with he is one of the greatest?
Sure, absolutely, he's really great,
but
he's
the
special.
greatest.
Wow.
There was about a week where he was the greatest rapper alive.
You know what?
It might have been a month.
You know what? When Carter 3 dropped, he had a window there.
Before that, that whole run up to
the
Carter
run up
3.
to there, when the mixtapes pre-Carter 3 was he was the hottest, no question, and he's incredible. But he just doesn't have, guys,
there you go.
a diversity. Wow. He doesn't have a diversity of styles, of things that he talks about. No, I'm not talking about rapping style. See, everyone just gets caught up in the rapping styles, and they think a rapper is made by simply the way that you can spit words out of your mouth. But that's not what makes a great artist overall.
Listen,
well, I'm glad you said that. Now we can go down to Jerron, our guy in New Orleans, on line 3. See what he has to say. Jerron, we're doing unpopular hip-hop takes. Did you hear what Rosenberg just said about Wayne?
Yeah, what, man, first off, what's up, family? What's up, baby?
What's up, Jerron?
What's up, baby?
Yeah, what's up? Hey, so, first off, the Hot Boys is the best rap group of all time.
See, bro, I was about to argue, but now you just
unpopular opinions.
Hey, listen, it's supposed to be unpopular. I didn't know we was doing comedy too.
Check me though, you hear me? Check this out. Look, we got Wayne out the Hot Boy. We got Juvie out the Hot Boys.
All right.
I'm just saying.
No. Right. The Hot Boys were damn good.
They was hot.
And they was hot. Right. They was hot. But you mean to tell me, I mean, do you not count Outkast or Wu-Tang as groups?
Duos.
I count them as groups. But I'm talking about, look how the Hot Boys individually after the Hot Boys.
But they only have one. But they only have one album together. Like, they don't even have like a whole series of albums.
Wait, but so I got a question. When we do this segment, because it feels. First of all, Jerron, I love you to death, and thank you for continuing to support our program. Have a wonderful day, and please send our love to the whole Crescent City down there in New Orleans.
That's right. We love New Orleans.
Please. Are we debating the take or just receiving the take?
And letting it be.
Good point.
Emote and then move on. Like I need to know.
It's that. It's receive, emote, move on, and then
because
we can save
some
the
of this
comments
is not
for Twitter and Instagram.
Yeah. Because us trying to break it down and debate it, it's like, what are we talking about?
I just like to say that Rosenberg's take was atrocious, but we can go.
Wait,
ahead.
you think he's the? So wait, real quick. You think Wayne's the greatest of all time?
No, but I think there was a moment where he was, and I
but
think
is he the greatest? Is he the greatest of all time?
Nobody says he's the greatest of all time.
So what doesn't make sense to me?
They do.
What doesn't make sense to me, and I'm not the best at English comprehension, but when someone uses the words greatest rapper alive,
right,
would say to me that there are other rappers who are great who are no longer alive. Because am I not understanding the English language?
Yeah.
Like, help me understand.
That's a good take, bro.
Because you can't say that and Nas and Jay be alive and Eminem be alive.
But at the moment he was. At the moment he said it, he was. Like there's no.
I'm the greatest rapper alive.
At the moment that he said it, he was.
So then, but then you have once again. I shouldn't even be doing this.
Remember where Jay was at the moment?
Yeah.
It was on like what was it? Blueprint 3 type type stuff, which was cool, but it wasn't like his best. Okay. And when Nas was at the time. It wasn't his best.
But they didn't die.
But they weren't. They were still brilliant,
right? Yeah. But at the time, they weren't the best rapper at the time.
That's best. Yeah. Okay. So best. If you was in that moment,
maybe you should be greatest at that moment.
Yeah. Exactly. I'm the hottest rapper alive.
Right.
In that moment.
Hey. All right. This is gonna get crazy, you guys. Today is gonna be interesting. Let's go to line 7s. We're doing unpopular hip hop takes. Jones, what you got?
What's going on, man? Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
I want to say I don't know how popular it is, but to me, Joel Santana is the greatest disappointment in the history of hip hop.
Wow.
Wow. Unpopular hip hop opinion. Now you say your name is Jones, not Jim Jones. This is not Jim. This is all right. Because I don't know where everybody's relationships is at right now. Don't call us setting us up.
But by the way, that's not as offensive a take. It's actually a complimentary take. I see what you're saying, because with the hype of Joel's and how dope he was, you don't think the career matched it. Right.
I mean, honestly, since y'all brought up Lil Wayne, there wouldn't really be no big Lil Wayne on the East Coast without Joel.
You can't feel my face.
He helps.
Joel
played a big part.
Yeah, man.
The first time mainstream really heard Joel was on what? Run It with Chris Brown.
Right.
He was set up to be the next hip hop. Yeah, I mean, little symbol of sex and all of that. I ain't never heard that, right? Not ain't no sex symbol, a symbol of sex.
Symbol of sex is different. Yeah, that's different.
yeah.
Yo, Jones, appreciate the take. Thank you so much, Jones.
That's good stuff.
Unpopular hip hop opinions. I don't know if that one was too unpopular, but here we go. Let's try Alex. It was interesting. Let's try Alex on line 2. Unpopular hip hop opinions. Alex, what you got this morning? Good morning.
Good morning, fam. Good morning, fam. Caslon, put him on. Let me know. So, guys, I think that Jadakiss, the Interscope set up Jadakiss to go from underground to being straight up popular with the Best of Me remix and the Fiesta remix, and then JC got on it and kind of stunt his growth.
So you're blaming Jay-Z for stunting Jadakiss's growth, is what you're saying?
Not blaming, just like it was very strategic that he got on those remixes right when they were positioning him to be hot. You know what I mean?
This is, by the way, I love this conspiracy theory because it is such a conspiracy theory. There is no relationship. Like, Best of Me, the original version was just an album song, and then Clue put Best of Me remix. It was a whole thing. I don't think it had anything to do with what you're.
So you don't think Jay crafted that strategy against Jada?
Cass, you think Jay was intentionally going, it's time to let's checkmate this Jadakiss?
I think that Jay is very smart and he sees where the game's going and he goes, let me get in front of that. A lot of times.
I think he was like,
I don't think.
But wait, what was the Fiesta? But what was the Fiesta one?
The Fiesta was the remix for the R. Kelly, the remix.
Yeah, but
after
Jada's not on the original Fiesta. There's no connection to Jada there.
He's on there. He's on one of them.
No, he's not.
They did it over, I think.
Maybe they did it over. The original Fiesta.
There was another remix. Maybe he's confused, but there was definitely another remix that.
Now I'll give you in a competitive scenario of being on the hottest records coming out at the time. If we just zoom out. It is a competition of who can jump on what records that are heating up due to rap. Remember that was a time where the hottest record, whoever did the best verse on it, that remix would get burned from the DJs. So in that competitive scenario, Alex's take could be valid. Could be valid. We have nothing to substantiate the claim.
I like this.
But it's unpopular hip hop opinions. Let's go to line 4. James is pulling up to drop the heat rock. James, go for it.
Yo. Okay, so unpopular opinion. Tupac was mediocre when it came to bars.
Oh, man.
I can't deny the influence. Can't deny the impact. Can't deny what he stood for.
Mm-hmm.
But when it came to bars, if it didn't have Enemy, Hennessy, Penitentiary.
See, James, you just ruined the whole segment. James, we'll never be able to do this segment again.
That was
Am I lying? Am I lying?
By the way, listen, man,
right.
it's not that crazy a take. Many people. I stopped saying it because I just am scared. But
Tupac is a poet, man. He's a poet and a prophet. He's not he wasn't a punchline guy. He wasn't a double entendre guy.
When Rosenberg was opening up this segment, when you were like, Laura, do you know where he's going? I thought that's where Rosenberg was going.
Oh, because he said it before.
I thought Tupac slander was on the way.
Wow, what the hell?
I really thought that's what you were going to go.
Yo, the fact that critique jumps all the way to slander.
Yeah, that's
wild.
Wow. No, I listen. I do think Pac gets overrated for his rapping ability, but I understand it because I don't think people can draw the line between who he was as a person and this influence and his raps. I've always said if he was in a room with the other greats of all time and the beat was on and the mic was getting passed around, when Tupac started rapping on a freestyle, everyone looked at each other like, this isn't up to snuff.
I'll say this.
I mean, he was next to Biggie when they, you know, the video where they sit next to each other exchanging bars?
Yeah, and by the way, it doesn't stand up next to Biggie's part.
But it wasn't a big dip like, hey, yo, what is he doing in the room?
No, fair enough.
You make him seem like he's complete garbage.
No, oh my God, Laura, you want to get me killed? You want to get me killed? What the hell is the matter with you? I'm not saying he's garbage. I just said he's not. I said next to Eminem, next to Pun, next to Biggie, he's not of that ilk of a rapper. That's all I mean.
Well, I think you should use another term when you say ilk of a rapper. Right. I think you should say something more, which is a weird line to draw, and I know people don't always love it, but difference between an MC and a rapper.
Sure.
Pac was a poet, storyteller. He was, more of a speaker, an orator, that sort of thing.
Yes, 100%.
In his performance versus just trying to punchline and wow the audience with wordplay.
And by the way, just to be clear, I'm not saying this generically. Like I watch every Pac film.
Oh, clean up on aisle 9.
I love him.
Don't come from Rosenberg. Clean up.
I friggin' love him. But I dare you to go sit through the first two Tupac albums.
I can't tell.
Go
say it.
Go listen to the first couple Tupac albums and be like, oh yeah, he's a bona fide.
Now you hating on his early class.
Pac is overrated. Here we go.
Get us out of here.
Pac is overrated, Tom.
Wow.